Ladies of Reddit, what are acceptable compliments to receive from men? A few weeks ago I had to do a 3 hours training at work that nobody wanted to go to, and like you would expect, it went almost an hour over. As we were all leaving I was talking to my friend about how excited I was for lunch, or something like that. He looks at me and says, "You're the only person I know who could still be in this good a mood after that 4-hour waste of time." It's the best compliment I've gotten in a while, whether he meant it that way or not. Keyword only. This is where the real compliment is. Good point. I hadn't thought of that. Has always been warmly received. The rarest Reddit compliment of them all. Good point. I hadn't thought of that. I would say generally, compliments of character or work ethic etc. But I would also like to add that these compliments probably should avoid things like, "You're just so much more X than other girls." The backhanded compliments don't do good as a whole. "Damn girl, your work ethic is fine." But seriously, one of my co-workers once said that he admires my hard work and it still boosts my self-esteem. Depends on how well I know the guy. Real world example. "You smell really nice" from the guy at the bus stop. Incredibly creepy. "You smell really nice today" from one of my guy friends. Not creepy, especially since I do wear fragrances. I'd say if you don't know the person very well, tread with caution. But typically compliments on a person's style or personality tend to be way more appropriate than comments about someone's body. What's worse? Combining the two. "You smell really nice today" from the guy at the bus stop. He flips through detailed notebook full of entries about how she has smelled each day. "A little rush this morning. Huh." I like being complimented for my personality, my sense of humor and my intelligence. I don't love being complimented on my appearance, but I don't mind as much when it's on my eyes or smile. Username checks out. The ultimate Reddit compliment, or insult depending on the circumstances. Just don't be gross. Let me explain with compliments I've received. "That lipstick looks nice on you 10/10. Made me feel pretty. No sexual undertone. I like flat girls 0/10. Neggy. Don't care how you feel about my tits. Don't worry about having a big nose. It works for your face 3/10. Also neggy. Suggesting a flaw is attractive to you doesn't make you special. Nice item of clothing here. I love that. Insert band/color/style/brand here 10/10. There's a guy at work who compliments a different piece of my outfit daily, without fail. I look forward to those innocent remarks, and have started returning them. Makes me feel cool. You have such a cute laugh 110. Developed a hardcore crush on him afterwards. Still remember that compliment 3 years later. Sure. Just wait until you're comfortable around me. -110. Said after I remarked about being child free, suggesting that you'll impregnate me when I least expect it isn't funny or a compliment. So, to summarize, compliment appearance, not physique. Using backhanded compliments makes you look insecure. Relating to her interests, genuinely, don't force shit is a surefire means of fostering goodwill between y'all. At first I didn't see the minus sign in the last example, and I was really confused as I kept reading LMAO. Same. So confused. Compliment things that are effects of women's decisions. Stuff they express themselves with, not their bodies. Damn Brenda. That master's degree is looking fine as hell. Brenda, the way you handle these data is NNG. Bite slower lip. Every single compliments I have received could be both acceptable and unacceptable coming from a man. It's not the compliment, nor who said it. It's the context, the phrasing, and the tone of voice. A guy in a bar complimenting my body isn't the same thing that my coworker doing the same. I like your style. I like your class. But most of all I like your ass. Roses are red. Violets are blue. Pornhub is down. Your Facebook will do. Think in your head if it would sound ridiculous or weird to say that to a man. If so, don't. Bob, I just wanted to let you know that those new boots are doing great things for your backside. Keep wearing those white vests, Dave. When you get really sweaty I can see your nipples right through them. I love that shade of lipstick on you, but do you think it will leave a ring around my cock? Compliments on my personality, style, hair, body compliments are creepy. Creepy guy, "Hey nice ass." Me, "Yeah it's pretty good for shitting." Creepy guy, "What the foo?" Meet a creepy guy. How about you use my chest as a toilet sometime? Username checks out. It entirely depends on what your relationship is to the woman. Is she a complete stranger? Then don't, unless it's topical. Is she a coworker, a fellow student, an acquaintance? Then ask yourself, what kind of compliments would you find acceptable from strange men? That is, away from compliments regarding her looks. Is she someone you are trying to date? Compliments about looks are okay, but keep them non-sexual until you know she digs you. For instance, you look great. Are those new earrings? They're pretty. Is she someone you just started dating? Compliment her body, especially parts you know she's proud of. E.G. Your booty is fine. Is she your wife or someone you've been dating a long time? Go nuts. E.G. I love your weird ass toes. You are sexy when you look at me like you're gonna kill me for letting the kids eat ice cream again. Have I mentioned that I love how you smell musky in the morning before you shower? As I tell my husband, it's not weird. We are married. I love this too. Also specifically in trying to date scenarios. Talk about things we can change. Hairdo, jewelry, clothes, hair color if it's dyed. That way you're complimenting my choices. Which is both a nice boost for us and also not creepy. Compliment things she has control over. Cute shoes is very different than sexy feet. You have great taste in books is cool. You are so smart can be patronizing. If someone complimented my feet, I think I would be too startled and confused to properly react. Nice mustache. Gee, thanks, I bought it. Actual things said to me by men I work with in the same day. I like the color of your skirt. 10/10. Felt like I was walking on air until. Your legs look hot in that skirt. 0/10. Felt super slummy. Never wore a skirt to work after that. I'm sorry for that encounter of yours, but I'm also sorry for the guy who complimented the color of your skirt, because now he might think that his compliment is the reason you never wore that skirt again, and that he came out as a creep. Don't compliment on anything sexual, and you will probably be okay. You make me want to clip your toenails. I stand corrected. For straight guys, compliments that you would give to other men, for reasons you would give them to other men, out of a spirit of genuine friendship and admiration. If my bro has a nice ass, I'm gonna tell him. People should note random men. The same rules apply on level of friend. If it's a woman you don't know, then the best thing to say is absolutely nothing. If you must compliment a stranger, then compliment her style, not her body. I like your shoes is way better than you have nice legs / tits / ass / curves. Don't be a perv. Women, you do know it probably depends on your relationship. Like you can probably tell your wife her boobs look good in that top, but don't say that to your bartender. Has happened to me. I had a classmate from middle school say that he remembered me because I was the only one who could beat him at proofs on the chalkboard in Mr. X's class. He's a physicist now, and I'm a stay-at-home mom who never really developed a career. Not sure if that was technically meant to be a compliment, but I couldn't see it any other way, and damn, it made me feel good. Will always remember that. Compliment my drip, not my tits. OMG, my first award on Reddit tie. I'll cherish it forever. Am I too old to know what that means? Her drip is like your style or outfit. Weird. I was 37 just a few seconds ago and now I'm pretty sure I'm 77 years old. Keep on dripping. Also, link in description. My personal rule of thumb for men. If you are tempted to add any variation of the phrase for a girl / woman to the end of a compliment, just stop yourself before you hit that point. If it's about how sexy we are in any capacity, just note the hell out. Think about what you actually mean. That is, that color red looks good on you, and the cut of your shirt is very nice, and say that instead. If your internal monologue is more about how we would look being turned into your personal fleshlight, skip that and exercise judicious silence. If you manage to fuck up, just apologize and explain that you spoke without thinking. Own up to it. Sometimes, you may not have said anything actually offensive, but brought back memories of someone who did. Just treat it like someone who can't stand the word moist when they eat. In other words, just respect your fellow human, and try not to be an asshole. You have a great mustache. For a woman / girl, you have a great mustache. I can't tell you, because a compliment should be genuine. Thank you, Lord. Find a conversation starter. Save compliments for when you know someone well enough to know what's acceptable. For men that don't know me and therefore can't compliment me on my personality, work ethic, etc. Or who simply want to pay a compliment to my physical appearance. Wording it important. Your shirt is really cool and suits you is not a weird thing to say and does not give off bad vibes. That shirt looks great on you is borderline. Not itself creepy, but can be interpreted is referring more to my body and what you can see of it. But could also just mean my shirt is awesome and I'm rocking it. You look really nice is relatively benign, but also so empty and bland that I would probably think you're saying it exclusively to open a shallow dialogue, and it's frankly boring. Wow, you're gorgeous is first of all not true, I look like an ogre, but in general is also just not thrilling to hear out of the blue. Like yes, everybody wants to hear that they are good looking once in a while, but it gets tiring to hear it too frequently because it feels like that's all that matters. And if the last guy who said it then followed me for a block trying to smash, and last year a dude called me a bitch for not being grateful enough, obviously I'm gonna be mildly worried that maybe you're also going to be a dick, and that sucks all the fun out the compliment anyway. Hey, have a great day is just a nice thing to say to a passing stranger, and if she gets offended by that, she's probably a bitch. Ultimately, don't comment on someone's body parts, but expressing that you think their style is cool is just friendly. And if you really just want to say something to make someone feel good, expressions of positivity are universally nicer than directed compliments. Also, pay compliments to people you know, not randos on the street. Judging by your comment, you're beautiful on the inside. If it's creepy, I usually reply that I'll make sure and tell my girlfriend you said that. I'm female. I don't want compliments from random men I don't know. If you don't know me personally, compliments on my body or even just a "you're gorgeous" make me super scared. Compliments from random men on the street, no matter how sweet, are always threatening because their sweetness can absolutely be used to guilt you into talking with them more or putting yourself in a vulnerable situation. If I do know you, however, I'll accept and deeply appreciate almost any compliment on my appearance, interests, or personality that isn't sexual, unless we are dating of course. A good rule of thumb is just to understand that we've all been brought up to see compliments from strangers as threats and to not be judgmental of us for that. Avoid compliments to our flesh prisons or anything we are wearing. Complimenting our accomplishments is a good route. Obviously these rules change based on the rapport you have with the woman in question. For the clothing, I'd say it depends. Like, if you're saying that it compliments her body, that's screwed up. But if you like the band on her shirt, or something like that, that'd be a great compliment. Compliment things we can control, not things we can't. Compliment our choices, personalities, minds, accomplishments, not our bodies or what you'd like to do with / to them. Compliment things people can control makes a lot of sense regardless of a person's gender. This of course varies on context. A good compliment from my boyfriend would be different from a good compliment from a coworker or acquaintance. I'm going to focus on the latter as I imagine that's the more difficult one, with more rules. Specific accomplishments based on competence, effort, intelligence, etc. are usually good. Wow, that presentation you gave was amazingly well done. It was super helpful how you tied those various findings together, and the point came across clearly. I love that poem you posted the other idea. I can see why it got published. Congrats on that award you received. It was well deserved. That suggestion was deeply insightful. Thanks for pointing out what we almost missed. When it comes to anything appearance related, I've heard to focus on things that show good choices or things a person has control over. For instance, liking their outfit, makeup, not personal characteristics, beautiful eyes, body shape. Even then, though, there's a fine line. For example, across places I've worked, I've had a handful guys say something like "I like your shirt." Sometimes it's just a nice compliment on its own. Sometimes it leads to them later hitting on me, even if they know I'm in a relationship. And one time it led, nearly verbatim, to "It really makes your chest look great. Why don't you wear shirts like that more often?" Which means that unfortunately, if a guy says something like that, I know it's probably innocuous and well-meaning, but now I'm on guard with him because of my past experience. I won't dismiss it or him. Just makes me wary in a way that I'd rather not be. Totally depends on the woman and the situation. In the workplace, only professional compliments are appropriate, and especially avoid anything appearance related, even clothes or hair. As someone else said, if you wouldn't say it to a male coworker, don't say it. For example, "Great job on that report. That dress is really flattering." If you're complimenting a close friend, saying "that dress is really flattering" is probably fine. but avoid telling her what parts of her body it flatters. That's creepy. If it's your wife, telling her ass looks fine and that dress is probably fine. If it's a complete stranger on the street, no compliments at all. It's always creepy. The one exception is complimenting any cute pup as she's walking. If you must talk, say hello. Comment on the weather. You do not know her personality or anything about her that warrants your commentary, and she does not want your opinions on her appearance. I think strangers can say outerwear is cool, like cool shoes, or cool jacket, or cool glasses. A certain personality could even get away with saying cool hairstyle. Beyond that, it's too personal. Someone told me I was a whole vibe recently, and it made my week.